clue to where the first destination in our summer challenge is. Can you guess where? I'll tell you. Our first destination in our Chatty Zebra Curriculum Summer Challenge is Kenya! Kenya is a beautiful country located in East Africa. It's known for its diverse wildlife, stunning landscapes and vibrant culture. It's bordered by 5 countries: Tanzania, Uganda, South Sudan, Ethiopia and Somalia. On its east coast, it borders on the Indian Ocean. One of the most famous things about Kenya is its wildlife. It's home to many amazing animals like lions, elephants, giraffes, cheetahs, and of course our favourite animal, zebras! People from all over the world visit Kenya to go on safaris and see these animals up close in their natural habitats. Do you know what safari is? A safari is where you go out in a car and you drive into the natural habitat, normally the grassy savannas, and you see how many of these animals you can spot. If you're really lucky, they might even come up to your car. In Kenya, there's 5 animals known as the Big 5. These are the ones that people most want to see and consider themselves lucky if they get to see all 5 on their safari. They are lions, leopards, buffalo, rhinos and of course elephants. Which ones would you want to see? I think my favourite would of course be the elephants. I love an elephant. Kenyans are very proud and protective of their natural wildlife. There are over 40 different national parks and game reserves created for the conservation of the wildlife and to protect the habitat. Kenya has a range of different habitats for all those wonderful animals. There are stunning sandy beaches bordering on the Indian Ocean. There are vast grassy savannas. There's also remnants of tropical rainforests as well as other types of forests, deserts and mountains. It's home to the famous Maasai National Reserve where the great wildebeest migration takes place. Maybe in your research you can learn more about that. Kenya also has some incredible natural wonders. It has the Great Rift Valley, which is a long, deep trench that stretches across the country. There are also stunning mountains like Mount Kenya, which is the 2nd highest mountain in Africa, and Lake Victoria, which is the largest lake in Africa, and Lake Turkana, which is the largest desert lake in the world. For human homes, there's a mix of big cities and rural areas. Nairobi is a capital city and a bustling hub of activity, has modern buildings, shopping malls and busy streets, whereas the Maasai tribe, which we'll learn about more later, live often in houses made from sticks, cow dung and ashes. The people of Kenya are very friendly and welcoming. There is a rich and diverse culture with over 40 different ethnic groups. Each group has its own traditions, languages and customs. But all Kenyans love to celebrate their culture through music, dance and colourful clothing. In Kenya, people speak different languages. In fact, they have over 60 different languages and dialects spoken. The official languages are English and Swahili. Swahili is a widely spoken language throughout East Africa, including neighbouring countries such as Tanzania. Kenya is famous for its long-distance runners. Many Kenyan athletes have achieved many great successes in international competitions, including the Olympics. Here are some examples of traditional practices in Kenya. 1. Many Kenyan communities have elaborate rites of passage ceremonies to mark significant life transitions. These would be rituals for both boys and girls. 2. Traditional medicine and healing practices are still used in Kenya. Herbal remedies, spiritual rituals and the use of traditional healers known as witch doctors or medicine men or women are common in a lot of the communities. 3. Music and dance play a vital role in Kenyan culture. Each ethnic group has its own unique traditional songs, dances and musical instruments. These performances are used to celebrate special occasions, tell stories or pass down cultural knowledge. 4. Oral tradition, known as storytelling, is an essential part of Kenyan culture. Elders pass down stories, myths and legends from generation to generation, preserving history, cultural values and moral lessons. 5. Different ethnic groups in Kenya have distinct traditional clothing styles. For example, the Maasai are known for their bright coloured shukas, which are large sheets of fabric and intricate beadwork. 6. Many Kenyan communities, such as the Maasai and Samburu, have a strong connection to livestock. Cattle, goats and sheep hold cultural and economic significance, and traditional practices revolve around herding, milking and livestock management. The more cows you have, the more wealthy you are. 7. Elders and respect. Respect for the elders is deeply ingrained in Kenyan culture. Elders are considered the custodians of wisdom, and their guidance and advice are highly valued. Traditional practices often involve seeking the counsel and blessings of elders. 8. Kenyan communities often come together for communal activities and celebrations. These gatherings may include feasts, traditional dances, storytelling, and discussions on community matters. 9. Kenyan artists create a wide range of traditional crafts, including beadwork, wood carvings, pottery, basketry and weaving. These crafts are not only artistic expressions but also serve practical purposes in daily life. 10. Many Kenyan communities have a deep spiritual connection to nature and believe in ancestral spirits. Traditional practices often involve rituals, prayers and offerings to honour and seek guidance from these spirits. It's important to note that traditional practices can vary significantly among the different ethnic groups in Kenya. These practices are part of the cultural heritage and identity of each community, contributing to the rich tapestry of Kenyan society. The Maasai people are one of the most well-known ethnic groups in Kenya. They're known for their distinctive red clothing, intricate beadwork and traditional way of life. They're also semi-nomadic farmers. This means they move around, who traditionally rely on cattle herding for their livelihood. They manage to preserve their cultural identity and traditional way of life despite modernisation. They mostly inhabit southern Kenya and northern Tanzania, with their traditional lands spanning the Great Rift Valley region. The Maasai speak Ma. However, due to increased interaction with other communities and the influence of education, many Maasai individuals are bilingual, speaking Swahili or English as well. They're well known for their vibrant and distinctive attire. Both men and women wear bright coloured shukas, sheets of fabric wrapped around their bodies. They also adorn themselves with intricate beadwork, which holds cultural significance and represents their social status and age. Now you might wonder why they wear a lot of red. This is used traditionally to scare away dangerous animals. The idea is that they'll be scared of the colour red, and if they do attack, they can throw their cloaks down and the animals will attack the cloak and they can run away and escape. Historically, the Maasai relied on cattle for food, milk and meat. They have a deep connection with their livestock and often measure their wealth in terms of the number of cattle they own. However, due to land fragmentation and modern challenges, some Maasai have diversified their livelihoods by engaging with farming, tourism and other economic activities. The Maasai have a patriarchal social structure, with men traditionally responsible for herding cattle and protecting the community, while women take care of the household chores and children. The Maasai have a rich spiritual and cultural heritage. They believe in a supreme god called Anikai or Engai, who believed to have created the world and all living things. They also have a strong connection to nature and their surroundings. Kenya is also known for its delicious food. Ugali is a popular staple food made from cornmeal and is often eaten with vegetables, meat or fish. Another famous Kenyan dish is nyama choma, which is grilled meat. Kenyans also like drinking tea, especially chai, which is sweet and spiced tea. We're going to try some different foods and show you a recipe that you can join in making, so you too can sample this delicious cuisine. The weather in Kenya can vary depending on the region and the time of year. Generally, Kenya has a tropical climate, which means it's usually warm throughout the year. This is because it's close to the equator. Kenya has two main seasons: the dry season between June to October and from December to March. During this time, the weather is usually hot and sunny with very little rainfall. It's a great time to go on safaris and explore the national parks because the animals gather around the water sources. The rainy season in Kenya is from April to May and from November to December. During these times, the country experiences heavy rainfall and the weather can be quite wet and humid. However, the rain usually comes in short bursts and there's still plenty of sunny days in between. In some parts of Kenya, like the highlands around Mount Kenya, the temperatures can be cooler due to the higher altitude. It can even get quite cold at night, so it's important to pack warm clothing if you plan to visit these areas. An important part of Kenyan culture is storytelling, and so we're going to share a traditional story from Kenya with you called The Hare and the Lion. Once upon a time in the vast plains of Kenya, there lived a clever and mischievous hare named King Ayonga. King Ayonga was known for his cunning ways and his ability to outsmart even the fiercest of animals. One day, King Ayonga came across a lion named Simba, known as the King of the Jungle. The hare, always seeking adventure, decided to play a trick on the mighty lion. He approached Simba with a humble bow and said, "Oh, great Simba, I've heard your strength and bravery. I have a challenge for you. Let us see who can run faster. If I win, you must promise to share your hunting spoils with me. But if you win, you can have me for your dinner." Simba, amused by the hare's audacity, agreed to the challenge. They set a race course through the grasslands, and all the animals of the jungle gathered to witness the spectacle. As the race began, Simba sprinted ahead, with all his might, his powerful legs propelling him forward. But King Ayonga, being small and nimble, had a trick up his sleeve. He darted off the course and hid behind a large rock, waiting for the lion to pass. When Simba reached the rock, he was surprised to find the hare waiting for him. "How did you get here so quickly?" Simba asked, panting heavily. King Ayonga had a sly grin, replied, "Oh, mighty Simba, I'm not just any hare. I have the power to teleport. I can be anywhere in an instant." The lion, impressed and slightly intimidated, agreed to another race. This time, King Ayonga proposed a race through the dense forest, where he claimed his teleportation powers would be even more effective. As the race began, King Ayonga disappeared into the forest, leaving Simba to chase after him. Unbeknownst to the lion, the hare had dug a series of small tunnels through the forest, allowing him to quickly navigate from one spot to another. Simba, running through the forest, could not keep up with the hare's disappearing act. Every time he thought he caught up, King Ayonga would pop up from a different direction, always a step ahead. Exhausted and bewildered, Simba finally gave up the chase. King Ayonga emerged from the forest triumphant and laughing. "Oh, mighty Simba, you are indeed the king of the jungle, but I am the king of trickery and wit," he proclaimed. From that day on, the animals of the jungle respected King Ayonga for his cleverness and cunning ways. And Simba, though initially fooled, learned to appreciate the hare's intelligence and became friends with him, sharing spoils of the hunt. And so the tale of the hare and the lion became a popular story among the animals of Kenya, reminding them that sometimes wit and cunning can triumph over strength and power. Another important part of Kenyan culture is its music. Kenya has a vibrant and diverse music scene that reflects the country's rich and cultural heritage and influences from various genres around the world. Traditional Kenyan music is deeply rooted in its ethnic groups, each with its own unique music styles and instruments. One of the most famous Kenyan traditional music groups is Benga, and it involves electric, guitars and storytelling. In addition to traditional music, Kenya has also embraced various contemporary genres such as Afro-pop, hip-hop, reggae and gospel. These genres have gained popularity among the younger generations and have been influenced by international artists and trends. Kenyan music often reflects social and political issues as well as cultural celebrations and traditions. It serves as a means of storytelling and entertainment and expression for the Kenyan people, connecting them with their roots and providing a platform for artistic creativity. Did you know the beginning of Kenyan history is also actually the start of the history of mankind? That's because Kenya and its neighbouring country Tanzania are known as the original birthplace of humans. It's in Kenya's Turkana Basin that the earliest human ancestors have ever been discovered. Their bones are the oldest human ancestors' bones to ever be found. Over the centuries, travellers and traders would venture into Kenya's shores from all over Africa, the Middle East and Asia. Some stayed to make Kenya their home, and this has led to the vibrant mix of different ethnic groups and cultures. During the 1600s and 1700s, thousands of Kenyans were stolen from their country and forced into slavery. They were taken to other countries across the world and forced into horrific conditions. Slavery was made illegal in the 1800s, but many people remained displaced, separated from their families, tribes and cultures. Kenya was part of the British Empire from 1920 until 1963. In 1963 they won their independence and have become a republic who are governed by a president. We now have some Swahili words and phrases for you to listen to. How many of them can you learn to say?
Hi, some Swahili words and their meaning. Jambo means hello. Habari gani means how are you. Mzuri sana, very well. Asante, thank you. Asante sana, thank you very much. Una miaka ngapi? How old are you? Mimi miaka tano. I'm 5 years old. Unapenda peremende? Do you like sweets? Ninapenda sana. I like them very much. Kwaheri. Goodbye.
I hope you've had fun learning with us about Kenya. It's definitely somewhere I would love to visit, and I would love to go on safari and see the elephants. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe so that you can catch up with our future ones. Where do you think the next destination will be?